childhood that influences your personality and your mental health. And this is very important. This is where I want you now to actually listen more about why you are messed up and from the way you think. Child number one, the golden child. The golden child. Now, African culture. My mother is called Mama Nduta. Mama Nani? Nduta. So Nduta is who? Is who? Firstborn. Thank you. Me, I'm called Nyakenyua. Why is she not called Mama Nyakenyua? Does it mean me I'm not a human person? I'm not a human being. Once upon a time, some women came to home, guilt, Mama guilt. And they came. Papa ni Mama Nduta, karibu, I just finished short form. Come. So I gave them tea. I don't know where my mom was, and I told them, let me go and call mom. So I went and called my mom, and then they came, and she came and gave them tea. And they asked in my presence, who you near Nduta? Mom was like, Apana, who you Nyakenyua? Nduta ako wapi? What do you think I felt? Like I am not a human? The golden child. Most of the time, the golden child is the smartest, or the firstborn, or the one who is named after whoever is the favorite of the parents. And what happens is this child grows up entitled. Most firstborns, and I'm sure they are here, do you know you are very entitled? You know, even when you grow older and your last born becomes a CEO and he builds and he buys a land and you are not informed, do you know you still cause beef? Kwa nini hukuniambia na kwambia sababu wewe ni nani? Because you are that entitled. The golden child. And sometimes what happens, that entitlement can be your undoing. Because woe unto you if the other siblings make it and you don't. Itakukula. Itakufanya nini? But whose fault is it? Culture. The golden who? The golden child. So ask yourself, do you carry a certain baggage and expectation? Now wewe lazima uperform, you are jobless now, and you are a firstborn, and there's so much expectation from society, it can mess up your mental health. Just because you're a firstborn, it can mess up your mental health because of even social and family expectation. The other child, the scapegoat. Kumenyesha. Sisi zote tuko kwa jiko tukichoma mahindi. We are 6 of us in the family. Wamboi, mom comes in. Wamboi. Kwa nini utaenda kuchukua Wamboi does not have to be the first one, by the way. Of all people, umeona nani? Mbuzi zinakula mahindi kwa shamba. Wamboi. Mbuzi, why me? Why me? And it's not that I'm necessarily the oldest. That is the scapegoat. They are the ones who are blamed for everything. And some of you have grown up as scapegoats. So what happens is you end up feeling afraid because now again it's gonna be my fault. When people made in class noise in class in school, primary school, teacher walked in, noisemakers list, you start crying and you are not even in the list. Why? Because you are thinking, oh my gosh, now again my name will be there. You are so used to being scapegoated. So that even in life, even as you grow older, you are already feeling guilty for things that you did not do. Some of you carry guilt that is uncalled for because you are made to feel guilty all along your life that you did not do. And socially, you become isolated. You become very isolated and you carry a lot of shame. Because you are always there, scapegoat. The other child is the lost child. Huyu ni mtu nyumbani hashikanishi, and it's not that they are schizophrenic. No. They are the Johnny-come-latelys. They are the ones who do not know what is happening when everybody knows the story. Wewe ndio unashikanisha anti wa wakina ngopa ni kufa. Wewe unajua funeral kwa kesho. and everybody somehow seems to know. And you have been so ashamed of not shikanishaning. What happens? You learn to internalize your feelings. These are the people who make very good artists. These are the people who make very good musicians. They write music, they draw art, they write songs, they write poetry. They have learned to internalize their feelings and to project their feelings in art. Tunaelewana? Have you noticed most artists hawashikanishi? There's something about them. Kuna kawaya unaona, but their art is genius. Have you noticed? Look at all artists kwanza wa kuchora.
Hata worship leaders ni artists.
Kwenda huko. I refuse to answer that. But that is why you realize most very talented people, like Kina Mozart, Kina Beethoven, the people who draw, Michelangelo, there was something off. I'm not saying they're not. But if you're really, really keen, they are the odd person out in the family. Because they have learned to internalize their feelings and bring it out in art. If you listen to very, very good musicians, Kina Mariah Carey, Kina Whitney Houston, if you search their family background, psychoanalysis, they were the child who was lost. They are the ones who surprise people at who they become later on in life. Are you beginning to understand people's psychology? And why some people behave the way they do? Yes. The other child is the invisible child. This is the one who is ignored. And some of you are invisible children. You are ignored. Somehow you just breezed through home, through life. Somehow you just breezed through life. You are ignored. Now, these are the people who survive. No one cares about your grades. Whether you finish campus, you just pay campus, but you don't care really whether you go to campus or whether you don't. When you're unajipanga na portal zako, if you are sitting an exam, you ask daddy, I need 2,000 shillings. He doesn't even ask why. So you will fail and you sit your exam and whatever, and nobody cares. You graduate and you are finished, and then your mother asks you, "Hiya, you don't go to school nowadays. What happened? I graduated. When last year? Oh, okay." Now, these are the people, by the way, who become very, very successful. Why? They have learned to be self-sufficient. How do watu wale when they grow old like Flash? They drive big cars, but they only come home during funeral ya shushu or ya uncle. I drive my car, do the funeral. Then you start saying that I became proud because I got money. No. You are the ones recognizing me now because I have money. But the truth is, you never really recognized me. Now that I am somebody, now you recognize Flash. Now you know Flash. Now you notice Flash. The truth is, I learned to be so self-sufficient, I have no time for you. I am not even snobbing you. I'm just not used to family. This is the uncle, drunky uncle, who comes for the funeral and then he just disappears. And you think, hata hajui watu sababu ya pombe, ninamjua by the way. I just have no business with you. Then we have the black sheep. This one is the one, everybody nyumbani is dark, but you are brown. Everybody is brown, but you are dark. Literally, the black sheep. You are not like all of us. Why do you go talkative? You are the quiet person. Why do you go quiet? You are You are literally the black sheep. You are the one who sticks out in the family. And what happens? This family victimizes you. You are victimized. You are probably the smartest. And we all know that the rest of us are below average. Or we are all smart, gone to campus. But where were your below average? You are the black sheep. And what happens to the black sheep? You succeed, but you have no obligation to anybody. Because remember you shamed me and embarrassed me, I was always the odd man out. So even when I succeed, I have no obligation to any one of you. But you shame me and embarrass me and start gossiping, oh, flash and pata pesa and I was the black sheep, let me remain the black. Wacha kunipenda saa hii sababu nimepata nini? Nimepata pesa. Then we have the surrogate spouse, which some of you are. You are the one who knows whether your sibling went to school, whether school fees was paid. You're probably the one who went to pay school fees. Can you understand what I'm telling you? If you're dating someone who has many siblings, dump them. Where you're talking school fees? Where when the I'm talking? Where when you're telling money? You become the surrogate spouse. Some of you, when your parents have problems, they call you. Hi, Mike. Hi. Unajua sasa baba yako anakunywa sana. Why are you telling me? That is my father. Look for mama of your age or your sister. Some of you become surrogate. You become your parents' confidence. You are the one paying school fees. You are the one who knows whether rent is being paid. That is not your job. That's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. So what happens is you delay your life. Even in marriage, you are dating, but you don't want to commit because you first have to educate your kid who is in class 2, your brother and sister who is in class 2, amalize, then now you can get your life. By the time you are getting your life, you are old and grey. You can't even sire because menopause hit. Ama unapata mtoto ukiwa mzee sana because you are busy being the surrogate child. If you ever have kids and if you have kids, please do not let your kids be surrogate children. Have children that you can manage. Wacha kupata watoto 10 so that the firstborn is the one who will educate the last 2. Do your math. Calculate your age. By the time I am hitting retirement, mtoto wa mwisho atakuwa wapi hapa? Wacha niache kupata watoto wengine. Because we have no income for what? So when you are getting babies, please manage your. Have that in mind. Tunaelewana? Wacheni kupata watoto wengi ati so and so. By the way, for me, I'm a last born. Come. Style number 1 is the secure attachment. Secure, as the word says, secure. You are an okay person. You are safe. You are loved. You are comforted. You are encouraged. You are disciplined when you need to be disciplined. You are secure in your own self. You have no issues with self-awareness. You are aware about yourself. You know who you are. You appreciate yourself. I have no leg. It's okay. My mom told me it's okay. You are a good girl. You can do this. Being a leg, having no leg is nothing. So I'm good. Secure attachment. And that is what I pray for all of you. Secure attachment. Then we have insecure attachment. And insecure attachment has four kind of families, the person. Dismissive attachments. These are people who persevere crap, even from your friends. Your friends mistreat you. Your friends shame you. Your friends misuse you. You are still there. I keep asking someone, Simtoki. Ni must. Oh, but you see, she's my best friend. Then just undo the best friend and now she's your worst friend. Oh. Are you the clingy type? Dismissive attachments. You persevere a lot of nonsense. You hide your feelings. And you have difficulty sharing. You've come for counseling, but you really can't tell me what's the problem. It is so hard to let it out. But by the time you get to the issue, you have paid me so much money, you've come for so many sessions. By the 5th session is when we look like we are getting some light at the end of the tunnel. That is number 1. The other person, avoidance attachment. You avoid relationships. Because you are caretakers, your mom and father or whatever, they were never really there. So you are not used to attach. Have you ever dated somebody, now you want to propose and by this time we are done. Or they start about the whenever the relationship starts getting somewhere, They do what? They disappear. You know why? Because they were brought up by caretakers who were not available. So availability, this thing is too stable. I'm not used to stability. It makes me uncomfortable. Do you know that? I know some of you who've come from stable families are wondering, Flash, what are you talking about? Oh yes, there are people who are not comfortable with stability. And when this relationship starts looking like it is going somewhere, I freak out. Because you are not used to available caretakers. You are used to being rejected, and so you have no trust. So you are those ones of when the deal is too good, this is too good a relationship. And the truth is, it is good. But for you, you are coming from a place of this is too good. So you are not, our normal is not their normal. So now you understand why you are dumped, or you dumped that person, and you can't tell why you dumped them. It's because you have that avoidant attachment. The avoidant attachment people, I continue, they are very independent. It's a chick who you take for chicken at KFC and they tell you, I'm going to pay a cut this. Now wewe kijana, wewe ni CEO wa company, pesa uko nayo, but this chick, she's a cleaner, but she's telling you, I got this, I'm going to pay for myself. They are very independent. To them, unanidharau ukinitreat, unaniona sina, you know, they have that. Staki unisaidie. Tunapanga harusi 50-50. Budget is 1 million, I'll do 5,000, 500,000. However, hey, yeah. That's your person. They don't even, you can't even teach them because they are so, and the guy the same. You buy him a tie from Sir Henry's, he's like, this is too much, this is too much. He has to up you and buy you a watch that is off. It's a long time since I bought a watch, so I don't even know how much they cost. He has to outdo you by more because they are overly independent. These are people, when you get married, there is a problem. Because you are competing on, you get what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be a competition, it's supposed to complement each other. That is the avoidant attachment style. And sometimes when you're dating, you may love this guy, they love you so much, or this girl may love you so much, but they may give up. Because it's up to how much you can do this. Sawa. Now, the other one is anxious, preoccupied attachments. Anxious, preoccupied attachment. These are the people who are clingy. Where? Now, I don't know who is even worse, the avoidant or the anxious, preoccupied. They are so clingy. Babe, tuende na wewe. Karibu mwende na job. And some can actually leave their job for you. You are so clingy. This is a child who was rejected and always left by the mother, so she was not sure whether mom is going to come back or what time she's going to come back. So you become to be clingy. You learn to be clingy because you are so insecure, and you need a lot of assurity. I keep asking Mike, do you love me? Do you really love me? Mike, Flash, I love you. I love you to the moon and back. Really? Hey! Si Mike atachoka? Atakwambia kwenda huko sasa. And I want you to understand where you even self-sabotage yourself in relationships. I want you to start learning psychoanalysis, your family, your birth order, children. I've told you about the children and the golden child and whatever, and now this one, attachment style. So that you can understand in life where you sabotage yourself. Even at work, you always want to go to lunch with this colleague who does not attack stories zako na wewe mshikanishi. Learn to read vibes. What you force him? Yes. Anxious, preoccupied attachments. They are also very moody. Okay, they are not bipolar because they are not clinically diagnosed as bipolar. But today they are talking to you tomorrow, they are not, and it's their way of getting attention because you want me to ask me. I want you to ask me, what is it? Why am I not talking to you? Now, if you are dating someone like Flash, I'll ask you, are you okay? Yeah, okay, I'll leave you alone. If you date someone who is self-aware, push away. You better stand up. I'm a tuacha. ujinga hatuta. So kama wewe ni mtu abudu ulizwe how are you? Yeah, you will date a guy who has self-esteem. By the way, he does not have that time. Zero chills. He'll tell you we are done. Nani amesabotage your relationship? Self-awareness. Self-awareness. So from today, if you are the mood puller, to be asking what is it? Whether you are aware you have a problem or you are not even aware you have a problem. Half the time you don't realize you have a problem. Now, like my son there, Joseph, is Joseph right?
Yes.
Now, he said that when you hear mental health, you think crazy, you think psychotic, you think schizophrenic, you think bipolar, you think depression. Sitio, I will not bore you with all that stuff because trust me, you look intelligent, you can Google, you can find that out. You want to know depression? Just go to the study. Watakwambia hiyo ni. So I will not insult your intelligence by talking about those things. You've heard about mental health somewhere. Some of you are probably even doing medicine or psychology or whatever. So you know that stuff. I am not going to insult your intelligence with that stuff. Now, today I want to talk to you about stuff that is bothering the youth. Whether it's a senior youth, whether you are in college, whether you're married or not married. I'm going to talk about stuff. I will not exhaust the session. I also speak very fast. These guys will tell you. So if I move too fast, please tell me a flash. Stop flash. Something like that. So if I move too fast, please tell me to slow down. So matters affecting the youth from my experience as a psychologist: depression, drug and substance abuse, peer pressure, sexuality, body image. Yeah, hallelujah. Social media, cyberbullying, joblessness, and the clincher relationships. Now, sorry? The clincher. You won't call it what in the cream? Topping the cherry on the cream is relationships. That is stuff that is messing you big time. Half the time, Wanarika, when they come to my office, it's about relationships. All the time. I can almost predict. So, now, all this can be solved with self-esteem and self-awareness. I like that person in red who said she wants to figure out self-esteem and self-awareness. Because let me tell you, once you get your self-esteem and self-awareness right, you are good to go. Most of the time, you are shortchanging yourselves because your esteem is low. And like Kabe said when she introduced Unawale hawajui wako wapi, which maybe it's probably 80% of us wacha vile mnachekea hapo. Now, self-awareness is how your thoughts or actions affect your interpersonal relationships, one with another, and intrapersonal, your relationship with yourself. Intrapersonal. Do you know you have a relationship with yourself? Yes. I keep telling kids, don't give me attitude. I have my own attitude. Intrapersonal relationships. And once you have a good intrapersonal relationship with yourself, automatically with other people, it just loses out. You cannot give what you don't have. If you have confidence, you lose confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, we can see it. Some of us, now by the way, psychology is the study of behavior. So psychologists, we read a lot. And so your body language, people pick vibes and people read body language. Remember, you will never have an opportunity to introduce yourself to somebody. So what we do, I read you from what I see. Like now for all of you, apart from these two, I've never seen you from Adam. So I will read your body language and I assume the kind of person you are. From your facial expression, to the way you sit up, to the way you talk. To the one. So it's very important to your intrapersonal relationship because you will not have an opportunity in life to tell people what have you done. The truth is, how often will you get that opportunity? So you better carry yourself in a way which has a keyword. Because we judge you by what we see. very important self-esteem, which derives from intrapersonal and interpersonal relationships. Now, so self-awareness is that, intrapersonal, interpersonal. Self-esteem is how you value and perceive yourself. You think you are crap you are. You think you are smart, it doesn't matter what everybody says, you are smart. Let me give you an example. I am short. At my age, I'm not going anywhere. So even if Mesh will try to shame me, he on shall happen. Me, I'm already accepted myself. Self-esteem. Now, there are things you cannot change. Losing weight and adding weight, that one maybe we can. Although there are some people like my daughter, but then, if it is losing, you can lose if you want to. But some things like your hair texture and your color of your eyes, there are things you cannot change. So the sooner you accept the way you are by the way, the better for you. Because these are things that affect your self-esteem. And once you accept how you are, no one will shame you about it because you have accepted it. So what am I saying? Learn to even laugh at yourself. I'm the shortest in my family. And it is a joke. So we laugh about it. So if you come for a sleepover and you try to shame me, by the way, the joke will be on you. Because me, Nisha Jintiki, I am a very good bad cook. Nemo knows it. And she tells me, Flash, I'm coming. And please, I will make lunch. Where we don't make Flash, it's okay. I accept because I know I am a bad word. See, what you say, me, I tell myself, by the way, if you're coming to my place for lunch, manage your expectations. Because it is work, and I don't even have the patience to want to. I think I'm just not interested in. And by the way, those who made mandazi, what? Hallelujah. Hey, which one was a Now, so it's self-esteem is how you value yourself. Now, there are three kinds of esteem. There is a high self-esteem, which is the healthy one. That one is healthy. Then there is the low self-esteem, where you have an inferiority complex. And a low self-esteem is so bad because I will come and tell you, I like your jacket. Now, someone with a low self-esteem, do you know what they'll say? Aki, hii na ni 20 bob. No, I'm too bad. Now, who has been? I said I like your jacket. Whether you are given for free, whether you bought it 50 bob but you come back, who cares? I like your what? That is a sign of a low self-esteem. I want you to learn from today small subtle signs of low self-esteem. If I tell you I like your hair, stop telling me it was made 3 weeks ago. I like your hair. Learn to say thank you. And these are things that mess up your mental health, by the way. Because some of you, no matter how much you try being complimented, you will never accept compliments. Because Ushad hates. Consequently, you project negative vibes to people. If I like your jacket, see you can do it too. Instead of people, see, I just tell you the way. They are projecting. If you want to know someone with a low self-esteem, they will look at you, appreciate your Stetson, but I cannot tell you I like your Stetson. But the way I'm looking at it, you can tell I really like it. See, where's Ikwambia? Idea. Self-awareness. Today, by the time you go home, you cover yourself with your blankets, I want you to do a reflection and realize, do I have a low self-esteem? Come to think of it, I never compliment people. And I have a way of pushing back when I'm complimented. That is a sign of a low self-esteem. Learn to compliment people, you would die. In fact, try complimenting people. There is something that makes you feel good once you tell somebody something nice. You yourself, you feel good. So there is a low self-esteem, and there is a high self-esteem, which is the normal, and then there is what we call overly high self-esteem. Those are the people with a superiority complex, or what we call histrionic personality. You are so full of yourself. It's about me, myself, and I. So your esteem is at another level that is unhealthy. You put down people. You look down on people. Wherever you go at one and water, you are the sharpest in class. You may be, but you don't know about it. So, high self-esteem, low self-esteem, and overly high self-esteem. Now, factors that influence esteem. Whether you are aware you have a problem or you are not even aware you have a problem. Half the time you don't realize you have a problem. Now, like my son there, Joseph, is Joseph right?
Yes.
Now, he said that when you hear mental health, you think crazy, you think psychotic, you think schizophrenic, you think bipolar, you think depression. Cynthia, I will not bore you with all that stuff because trust me, you look intelligent, you can Google, you can find that one. You want to know depression? Just go to the study. What I your Cynthia. So I will not insult your intelligence by talking about those things. You've heard about mental health somewhere. Some of you are probably even doing medicine or psychology or whatever. So you know that stuff. I am not going to insult your intelligence with that stuff. Now, today I want to talk to you about stuff that is bothering the youth. Whether it's a senior youth, whether you are in college, whether you're married or not married. I'm going to talk about stuff. I will not exhaust the session. I also speak very fast. These guys will tell you. So if I move too fast, please tell me edge flash. Not flash. Something like that. So if I move too fast, please tell me to slow down. So matters affecting the youth from my experience as a psychologist: depression, drug and substance abuse, peer pressure, sexuality, body image. Yeah, hallelujah. Social media, cyberbullying, joblessness, and the clincher relationships. Now, sorry? The clincher. You won't call it what in the cream? Topping the cherry on the cream is relationships. That is stuff that is messing you big time. Half the time, Wanarika, when they come to my office, it's about relationships. All the time. I can almost predict. Now, all this can be solved with self-esteem and self-awareness. I like that person in red who said she wants to figure out self-esteem and self-awareness. Because let me tell you, once you get your self-esteem and self-awareness right, you are good to go. Most of the time, you are shortchanging yourselves because your esteem is low. And like Kabe said when she introduced Unawale Hawajui Wako Wapi, which maybe it's probably 80% of us watch a vile munachekea. Now, self-awareness is how your thoughts or actions affect your interpersonal relationships, one with another, and intrapersonal, your relationship with yourself. Intrapersonal. Do you know you have a relationship with yourself? Yes. I keep telling kids, don't give me attitude. I have my own attitude. Intrapersonal relationships. And once you have a good intrapersonal relationship with yourself, automatically with other people, it just loses out. You cannot give what you don't have. If you have confidence, you lose confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, we can see it. Some of us, now by the way, psychology is the study of behavior. So psychologists, we read a lot. And so your body language, people pick vibes and people read body language. Remember, you will never have an opportunity to introduce yourself to somebody. So what we do, I read you from what I see. Like now for all of you, apart from these two, I've never seen you from Adam. So I will read your body language and I assume the kind of person you are. From your facial expression, to the way you sit up, to the way you talk. So it's very important to your intrapersonal relationship because you will not have an opportunity in life to tell people what have you done. The truth is,